And good evening, everyone. Welcome to day number 2 here for the FX Open Invitational Series. We're going to start off with groups C, D, and E today. We are going to have, this is our opening weekend, of course. We're going to have more matches per day just to get started off with a big bang. Of course, I am Unstable, joined here by Lillian for this next set. Let's jump straight into it as we get this game underway. So this group, of course, is going to be starting off with Bong Bong versus Jakji, and then, of course, the other two players in this group are King Kong and Yu-Gi-Oh! But let's get into game number 1 now on Cloud Kingdom between Jakji and Pong Pong. Let's go into it, shall we? Take it away, Lillian.
Yep, let's get this series started. Let's get this group started as we get into game 1 between NSHJjakji, who's going to be spawning in the top right spawn position as the blue Terran player, who is sending out a very early SCV here. I'm not even done with my introductions, and this SCV is looking like it's got something on its mind, but our bottom left player is B4Prime. He's playing in the pink colors of the Zerg race today, and he is sending out a drone scout, which is important to notice, because he might be seeing some of the shenanigans that Jakji is preparing for him.
Yeah, and I was actually just worried for a second there that Jakji might send that SCV a little bit too far to the left and be spotted by that Overlord. But he just barely missed that vision range. He's going to throw down that barracks, of course. And Pong Pong scouting a little bit earlier than normal too, so he will be able to get a little bit of a heads up for this. Second SCV coming down here for Jakji. Now, this usually means the second barracks. There it is. So we're going to start off very interestingly here for Jakji. And we saw this in a couple of games last night where Happy really liked his 2 racks aggression. He was shut down every single time for it, which was quite funny for me to see, because I always prefer the late games, back and forth games. I'm not really a fan of the really quick and dirty ones, but let's see how Pong Pong reacts to this. He has no idea that it's coming, or well, he does because his drone saw it in the main, but he has no idea it's the double racks.
No, he's no idea where the barracks are at right now either, but he did play it safe. He went for a 16 hatch into a 15 pool, and back in the days when Rain Artist was still around and, you know, 2-raxing pretty much every Zerg in every tournament he was in, it was always so important to look at how many extra drones were made before the spawning pool, because if someone would make 2 extra drones and an extractor before his spawning pool, Artist would just win the game. And that's, you know, it's all about the pool timing. The earlier the pool timing, the better, of course, to hold a 2-rax, but it's also going to be about how many drones is Bung Bung going to pull, and is he going to pull them in time? The bunker's already going up, and I don't see any drone pool coming from Bung Bung just yet. How is he going to hope to defend this? The first 6 Zerglings are now coming out, the Spine Crawler is being started, and it looks like Bung Bung is going to forfeit his hatch on the low ground.
Well, there's 4 more SCVs have just shown up here now, so it looks like he is going to forfeit it. I really feel that if he'd actually pulled about 7 to 8 drones, he could try and get us around, or at least delay those SCVs. If he killed the first 2 SCVs, he would have been able to delay the bunkers long enough to get those Zerglings out. He's already got 6 on the high ground. He's got 8 more in production, a queen on the way as well. He definitely cannot save this hatchery, but he might be able to get a good follow-up to it.
This is a very weird beginning for the start of the game. Jakji now realizes, okay, he's just going to forfeit the hatch. I'm going to send some of my SCVs back home, and I'm going to get this hatchery down. Jakji is going to be thinking about the follow-up right now, which is probably going to be a command center and floating back his 2 barracks as soon as he has enough Marines. I think he's going to make like 8, maybe 9 Marines out of those 2 barracks and move them back. Of course, you always want to be safe against some kind of a Baneling bust, have 3 barracks at the front, expand behind it, yada yada yada. We all know the situation that Bung Bung is in right now. It is not an easy one. This queen, though, was in a good position, could hit the bunker, but the SCV moves away and just repairs from behind the bunker. The queen is going to be heading back to do some additional injects.
Yeah, and the frustrating part for this, for Pung Pung, is like he's only just now got link speed. By the time he actually gets across there, like there's two bunkers here. If Jakji decides to put like a 3rd and a 4th one down, like I've seen that happen in a game before. Haha, see, there you go. If for any reason Pong Pong gets Banelings, he is going to have to waste too many for it to even matter, right? It's going to be so cost inefficient for him to do that. And whoa, he's actually going to have to pull that SCV off the supply depot there to actually repair that. But yeah, my point is, he's going to have to invest so much and so much gas and everything into that Jakji can pretty much do anything and win from there because he's so far behind. Keep in mind that Jakji is up to 20 SCVs now. He's got double gas in his main. Interestingly enough, he hasn't made an extra command center. But that Spine Crawler on the high ground now is going to be able to start hitting that. And will he 20. No, it's going to barely stay at the exact same health. With I'm just looking at the hit points now. Oh no, he's using like 2 or 3 HP each spine crawler hits, so...
Okay, let's go to Reddit, make a post. Today I learned a single queen and a spine crawler out DPS, 2 SCVs repairing a bunker. Very important knowledge here, guys. And now 2 queens are here. No Baneling nest has been constructed, so it's pure Zerglings trying to break through these bunkers here unstable, and it looks like they will be able to do so. Well, actually, are they going to be able to? There's another full bunker in the back, and they will not be able to. Oh, boom, boom. This is not looking good for him. Jakji has got his command center about to finish up behind this. He's even got a bunker on the high ground in case his contain does go bad. He can always fall back to those. His barracks, by the way, are still out on the map. He has not floated them back. He's not currently producing Marines. There he goes. Just as I was talking about that, he lifts one barracks up to go back home, and one barracks is going to go and scout into the main base, see what that Zerg on one base is up to.
Yeah, exactly. But Bonpo is pretty much in a very tight spot right now. He only has one choice. He can either all in and try and win the game. Like, he doesn't have a Baneling nest. If he got a Baneling nest, looking at the positions here, because Jakji has lifted up both of his barracks, he has a total of 7 Marines. If Pung Pung just makes a Baneling nest and just decides to all in him now, he has a decent chance. But looking at this, there's a tech lab and a starport coming down here now. If Jakji decides to go for siege tanks really quickly, he loses his chance here. But see, notice how he has enough Zerglings to really come up here, but the bunker is nicely positioned for Jakji. Going a second one now as well. He's really worried about that all in. And look at this. He's actually gonna. Is that? I don't think that's a complete wall in between these 2 bunkers. Which is a frustrating thing if it wasn't, because he'd actually try and come through the left-hand side supply depot, get stuck, and then forced to go back around the other way, which is a really nice move. But it looks like Pong Pong's going to try and expand and try and play this the long way out. Not sure how well that's going to work out for him, though.
No. There's one thing he's going to have going for himself, and that's he's going to have insane creep spread with these early queens and already the first 2 tumors pushing into the middle of the map. That's something he's got going for himself, but that's pretty much, the only thing. In terms of army, in terms of tech, in terms of economy, in terms of basically anything other than the creep spread, it's looking very grim for our prime player here, who is indeed going to be finishing up that expansion and is natural. Might decide to take a big risk and take a very early third, because that's really the only way that I can see him coming back into this.
Well, Siege Mode's about to finish up, and that will solidify Jakji's expansion here. There's absolutely nothing that Pong Pong can really do about it. He's got his 3rd command center on the way. We have a Roach Warren down now for Pong Pong, and that's very interesting at this point in the game, because usually you're not going to see Hellion follow-ups after this, especially because you have to play safe against that Ling Baneling all-in. We do have a Banshee finishing up now for Jakji as well, to be more frustrating for Pong Pong. He only has 1 queen in his main right now for the 2 hatcheries. His queens, where are they? He's only got 2 queens? Yes, he does only have 2 queens. That's actually quite interesting. This could be very difficult for Pong Pong to defend this Banshee. As one of the queens is already on low health here as well, Lillian.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Only 1 queen and roaches and a Baneling nest coming up for Boom Boom, so we are going to see a bit of an all-in, but like you said, Unstable, with those siege tanks, it's going to be very, very tough for Boom Boom to pull that Roach Baneling all-in off. He is still producing drones, though. 1 drone on the way. Maybe that was a bit of a misclick, because 10 Zerglings and 10 Roaches in the production tab and a single drone. I don't think that drone is going to make too much of an economic difference in the upcoming battle. Creep spread still going strong, so those slow Roaches will be able to move across the map relatively quickly and get to Jakji's base, but he's going to have so many siege tanks already. Already 2 siege tanks out, 1 on the low ground, 1 on the high ground, and a 3rd one is about to pop out. This is going to be near impossible to break.
Yeah, at the same time, we did see Jakji come in with that Banshee, take out 1 of the 2 queens. So Pong Pong is down to 1 queen. I think he realizes now that, he doesn't really have a choice. He has to go for it regardless. Yeah. And it has been spotted by this Banshee. Now he's going to start picking off these units. But here we go. Pong Pong going to go for his last stand, but the supply depot stopping him there. There's 3 tanks behind it. This is not good at all. Targeting down those Banelings. The Banelings disappear. They does get that bunker, but it doesn't matter. Too much stuff here for Jakji. GG. And when in doubt, always pull your drones to any kind of 2 racks, I think is the lesson we learned here.
Yep. I mean, he was relatively early on fire. It's such a Such a weird game that was. Bung Bung did scout for barracks, but not in the right position. He didn't go to the third. He didn't find those barracks. And if one of your drones finds the first constructing barracks and you pull another 2 drones, you'll be able to deny that barracks completely. The second barracks is not going to go up, and Bung Bung is going to be in a fantastic position. But he didn't find it. He pretty much forfeited his natural base, which was a weird decision to me as well. Maybe he felt like he had no way of holding it. But like you said, Unstable, I don't think that's the proper way of dealing with it.
All right, so we'll be right back with game number 2 after this quick commercial break. This is Group D action for the FX Open Invitational Series, day number 2.